Hi there, this is Dr. Evan Osar with the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education. Welcome to Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, wherever you're watching this. Hopefully your area is starting to come back together. I know a couple of my colleagues, especially down in Texas and maybe Florida, they're starting to be able to see individuals, clients one-on-one. Many of them already work one-on-one, but some of them work in small groups. So they've had to modify how they work with their small groups. But hopefully where you are, it's starting to change a little bit and move towards reopening and getting back in front of your clients, because while this online environment is very valuable and a lot of your clients will need to continue to do online training, there's nothing that beats that one-on-one and a community environment that you can create in your own facility or in a small boutique type of facility. Obviously, use caution and take all the necessary precautions to make sure your clients are safe and that you're safe, you and your team are safe as well. But again, hopefully it's moving that direction where you are. There's some rumbles here in Illinois. We're a little slow and there's a little political stuff going on, but we won't get into that right now. We're able to stay open as an essential business, so we've been able to see clients, and obviously our volume is way reduced, and we're starting to see some trickles of people coming back and feeling more comfortable, and we all wear masks, and we do all the sanitary things that we can and keep patients away from each other so we don't have any overlapping. So make sure you do your due diligence, make sure you watch and follow CDC guidelines, your local government's guidelines, and just take care of yourself and your clients. Now, I'm here to share with you a very special preview of my pre-con next week at the Functional Aging Summit. The Functional Aging Summit is put on by my friends and colleagues, Dr. Dan Ritchie and Dr. Cody Sipe of the Functional Aging Institute. Obviously, it can't be live. This year it was going to be in Denver, Colorado, which we were really looking forward to doing, and we're going to take a little mini vacation after that as well. And I got one of my dear best friends is living out there, and my other good colleague, Diane Bailey, is out there. So we're really looking forward to sharing at that conference. It's really become one of our favorite, probably, besides our own conferences, it is our favorite conference to present at. So it's just a bummer we can't be there live. However, it's going to be online. So the great thing about being online is you have access to it. You get the recordings. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You don't have the travel expenses, and you can still receive awesome education. My buddy Robert Linkul of Training the Older Adult and I are doing a pre-con next Thursday, a 4-hour pre-con. I believe it's somewhere around 2 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. But what we're covering is the strategy of how do you blend the integrative movement system, the proprietary system that we created, my wife and I created, to work with our older clients here in our clinic, with his system, Training the Older Adult. And the one thing I really love about Robert, he's a great individual. I love him. He's become a dear friend of mine as well. But what I really was struck about with Robert was how he creates systems and works his system appropriately. Because one of the things that we want to discuss here, and I want to demonstrate, just to give you a little preview of what you'll learn during our 4-hour pre-con, is it's all about your strategy, not about your client's strength. Because we think that our clients with forward shoulders, they have weak retractors, right? And weak scapular depressors. And that's what I taught my clients for many, many years. If I look back at my early book, which, it was cool. I wrote a book early on, and I would take it to Kinko's and copy it. But early on, I would talk about weak scapular retractors. Everybody has short, tight pecs, so we got to strengthen all this and then squeeze down and back until I developed bilateral rotator cuff tears, bilateral labral tears, doing all the things I was taught to do in school, in rehab, and every single seminar I went to until I met my mentors up in Canada that changed my world, my thinking, and it was also my injuries that changed my thinking. So one of the things I want you to think about, it's all about systems and strategies, not about strength. Yes, strength is important, but what's happening is a lot of your clients are developing strength on top of a non-optimal strategy. Here's what I mean. Think about your client with forward shoulders. If forward shoulders is the problem, then why do so many of your clients why can't they get their arm up overhead? So if we take our clients and pull their shoulder blades down and back, so do this with me if you're watching me. Obviously you're watching me, but do this as you're watching me. Squeeze down and back, and now try to bring your arm overhead. How well does that go? So obviously the down and back motion is not the appropriate motion, and it can't be the only motion that you're training in your clients, because you just proved it to yourself. That doesn't optimal overhead motion. In fact, what creates optimal overhead motion is the ability to wrap your scapula, to get upward rotation and posterior tilt, and allow the scapula to glide around the rib cage. And that's exactly why I tore my rotator cuff and bilateral labral tears, because what did they teach me in rehab? Squeeze down and back, hold down, pack your shoulders down. That's what everybody teaches at US seminars as well. Pack them down. And what happened is, over time of trying to get your arm overhead when you're packing your shoulders and retracting your shoulders, it just loses to impingement syndrome and ultimately rotator cuff tears, and in my case, labral tears. Now, what do you do about it? Like I said, it's all about your system. The integrative movement system is a 3-step process. First, you assess your clients, because if you're not assessing, you're doing what? You're guessing, right? If you're taking somebody's word or somebody's protocol and you're just doing what they say, you're just taking their word that they know what they're talking about. I thought I knew what I was talking about for years and years and years, and now I know I didn't know what I was talking about back then. I let my assessments dictate what I do through the rest of my sessions. Even with all my biases and all the things that I think I know about the shoulder, I still use my assessments to drive and help me determine what I do with my client. So here's a simple assessment. Just have your client stand there, feet together, arms by their side, elbows, wrists, fingers all straight, and have them just go overhead. And if you look, that's my overhead range of motion. So I just rode my bike in, so today's finally a hot, humid day. I love hot, humid weather. It's my kind of weather. But obviously I didn't do something well during my bike ride because I had better shoulder range of motion yesterday, but now I don't have great shoulder range of motion. So I did something on my bike ride or something last night that compromised my range of motion. I can compensate and get my arm overhead, but you basically see what I'm doing and hyperextending my back. And that's what your clients are doing as well. To get their arm overhead, to reach in the cabinet, they're just basically doing this. And this looks like a lot of your clients in exercise class. And that's why overhead pressing isn't great for a lot of your clients that have limited shoulder range of motion. So now what do? Well, you assess your client. You obviously will do other assessments. But now step 1 of the corrective exercise strategy, the integrated movement system corrective exercise strategy, is release. Once I got turned on to the Rolga from my friends at Rolga, thank you Dana and Rusty for turning me on to the Rolga, I never went back to a flat roller. This is the tool we use in our office, hence you see the whole shelf of Rolgas there. Our clients love this roller, so we started to, instead of sending people to Amazon, we just said, hey, buy it from us. That way you save shipping and handling, you walk out with it, and it's really a great tool. We make no money by telling you this, we just sell, or I should say, we recommend products that we believe in. So we make no money by telling you about Rolga, except for the fact we love this product and we love the people that created it and support this brand, or whose brand it is. Now, the first thing you need to do is release. So where should you release with clients that have forward shoulder? Well, many of your clients actually have short, tight lats. And this is basically what this assessment is showing you, that probably your client has short, tight lats because your pecs don't really stop this motion. Yeah, your lower fibers maybe stop this motion, but your pecs don't stop you from going overhead. What does is your lats. And especially if you're an individual or your client's an individual that has been taught to chest up, squeeze down and back, or even if your client is just this person here, because what they're doing, especially if they have imbalances in walking, right, or non-optimal strategy for walking, when they're walking, they're just bracing down, they're bracing down. And if you watch them walk, you see them just scrunching down. They're using their lats for that. So the first thing you gotta do is release the lats. So this is one of the things we'll teach you during the pre-con. So what you wanna do is get the Rolga in between your scapula and your humerus, and basically you just do a contract, relax, contract down towards the floor to activate the lats, hold for a second, I should say hold for about 5 seconds, and slowly reach up. Again, you'll feel it in the backside of your shoulder where the lat comes up and wraps around to attach into the inner lip of the intertubercular groove. You're gonna hold this. You wanna make sure you maintain alignment of that thoracolpelvic cylinder. Keep the head and neck aligned to the best of your client's ability. Don't have your client just kind of hanging out here like this, doing this lazy thing. Get them up over top the roller, maintain alignment of the head and neck, contract for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reach, hold for a count of 3 to 5 breaths, hold that. And now, what I want you to do, if you do this, go check your range of motion right after that. So what you're gonna notice is tremendously different range of motion just with that basically 10-second release. So is it really tight short lats or just a non-optimal strategy? But now you've released it, now you gotta use that range of motion. Otherwise your brain only knows, your client's brain and nervous system only know to do one thing, and that's lock back down. So one of the patterns we use once you've done your release, this is step 2 of the corrective exercise, integrated corrective exercise strategy that we'll share with you during our pre-con, is you gotta teach your client how to get in the right alignment, so align the head and neck and thoracolpelvic cylinder. We'll do the supported hip hinge. So what we're going to do is maintain alignment, and what we're going to do is maintain alignment of the rib cage here. We're going to breathe in, push lightly into the wall, and start to hip hinge to create length, and use that length. By pushing into the wall, you're activating serratus and the upward rotators. By hinging, you're creating length in the lats and the scapular depressors that you need for those clients that have a limited overhead range of motion. We would do 3 to 5 repetitions. We could do more repetitions, but for a lot of your clients, it's just slow, or you can hold it here and just do several breaths in this position. The other reason we like this position so much is because you get length through the posterior chain as well. Too many of our clients or too much of the industry is teaching to over squeeze a posterior chain. That's a topic for another day. And then release. So now I'm going to check my range of motion again. And again, even better. It's getting even better. And that's what corrective exercise should do. It should help you maintain, or should say, achieve and maintain more optimal range of motion. Now, once you've done your corrective exercises, now you move into the third phase of the integrated movement system, and that's integration. You have to integrate this new range of motion, this new pattern, this new awareness into the functional pushing and pulling patterns. One of the best patterns you can do with your clients is a suspension row. But again, we're going to use the same concepts we used during the corrective exercise strategy. We're going to align the head and neck and thoracolpelvic cylinder. I'm going to start my client out like this because this will ultimately be the ending position of the row. I am not going to teach my client chest up and squeeze down and back. I'm going to maintain this nice alignment. So head and neck, thoracolpelvic cylinder aligned, maintain this position. This is my ending row position. Now I'll recline. So that way I know the client's already set up for success before they go through the eccentric phase, and now they'll go through the concentric phase without over retracting, without depressing, because you want to maintain this range of motion that you just created, and your exercises should never reduce range of motion. And that's why range of motion is such a valuable assessment. So I'm going to do a few more repetitions. I'll do 6, I don't know how many that was, 7, 8, and 9. Again, ending position, exactly the same. Now, if I did a good job with my nervous system, my range of motion should be exactly the same as it was after my corrective exercises, or even maybe slightly improved. So let's check it out. And that looks even better, or I should say feels better, and I'm sure it looks better on the film. That's the value of a system, and not chasing tightness, and not chasing, oh, it's just to make my clients stronger. I just have to make them more mobile. Yeah, that's all great, but you have to develop a more optimal system and strategy, I should say. Use your system to help your client develop a more optimal strategy. Then you build mobility, stability, strength, speed, power, endurance, balance, all that great stuff on top of a more optimal strategy. I hope that made sense. I hope you saw the power of the integrated movement system. We're going to be sharing with you, Robert and I will share with you this exact strategy for the shoulder, the low back and hips, as well as the knee, ankle, and foot complex. We're going to share with you the assessments, the corrective exercises, as well as how to take this into the functional movement progressions. Robert has tons of progressions that he uses in his clinic, or I should say in his facility, where he trains 100% older adults. So if you're looking for more information, I'm going to put the link next to this video. If you use and sign up with our affiliate link, yes, we do receive a commission on all if you sign up here. We're also going to send you, to get you started learning this information, a 90-minute session that we did on training clients with hip, and it's mostly hip replacements. So the integrated movement system, some of the things you want to pay attention to with your older clients that have had hip replacements, so that you can get started with this information right away. And then we'll see you next Thursday during the Precon and the Functional Aging Summit on Friday and Saturday. So once you sign up using our affiliate link, take a screenshot of your registration fee, send it to helpdesk@Fitness Education Seminars. So send your screenshot of you purchasing it through our affiliate link, send it to Mary@helpdesk@fitnesseducationseminars.com. I'll put that link next to this video as well. And then we'll get you free access, or direct access to that 90-minute workshop, so you can get started learning the integrated movement system, so you can start applying this information right away in your clients' programs. This is Dr. Evan Osar. Thank you so much for joining me in this session. We look forward to seeing you next time on Facebook Live. And again, if you're looking for more information about the Functional Aging Summit, check out the link. And then also register for our Precon next Thursday. It's 4 hours, 2 to 6. We're going to get you hopping. We're going to teach you a lot of great stuff, but we're going to get you up and moving. So even if you're watching this at home, obviously, we're going to get you up and moving and doing things interactively with us. So it's not going to be just boring lecture, just sit there and listen to us talking. No, it's going to be up and move, and let's do it with us. So you'll learn by doing with us on your computer. So thanks so much. Check it out. We'll see you next week. If you have any questions, put them next to this video as well. Make it a great day. Keep serving your clients. We'll come through this more resilient, stronger, and the leaders our industry needs. Have a great day.